The correct cutting edge angle for your tools will vary in relation to the type of tool, the type of material that you're cutting, along with your personal preference. As a general rule of thumb, chisels, whether flat, joiners chisels or shaped carving tools, the cutting edge angle it'll generally vary between 20 to 30 degrees. A finer 20-degree angle, well, that's going to give you a far keener edge, and it'll be ideal for softwoods, but it could be easily damaged if used with a mallet, for example, in hardwoods such as oak. Therefore, as a general rule, the harder the timber, the greater the angle. A plane blade averages around 25 degrees, and turning tools, well, they can average anywhere between 35 and 75 degrees. An important consideration when using a sharpening wheel as opposed to a flat stone is that the wheel will give you a slight hollow in your tools. So here you can see an exaggerated diagram. Now, if a tool would generally require a 25-degree angle, well, then you can see how this angle is increased with a hollow grind. So it is therefore advisable to add 2 or 3 degrees to compensate for this factor. So a 25-degree joiner's chisel, that should be set at around 27 degrees to compensate for that hollow grind. The WG250 comes with 2 angle setting tools. The first one will help you to establish the existing edge angle of your tools, and to use it, well, you simply just place the tool into the gauge like that, and then that'll tell you that we've got an existing angle there of 25 degrees. To grind and hone to an existing angle, you can use a simple trick of blackening the existing angle with a marker pen. Then fix the tool in the appropriate jig and set the angle so that a consistent amount of marker is removed from the bevel. Okay, so this is an angle setting jig. This is going to help you set new angles. There's 2 settings. The first one relates to the diameter of the wheel. You're not going to need to change this very often, and in line with the fact that I'm using a new 10-inch diameter grinding wheel, I'm going to set this setting right here to the 10-inch indicator. The second gauge determines the angle of the tool that we want to produce. So I'm going to set an angle on this plane blade. I want it to be 25 degrees, but in line with that hollow grind, we need to allow an additional 2 degrees. So I'm going to set this to 27 degrees. You can see now that I've placed the plane blade in the straight edge jig. I'm going to slide it onto the support arm, and we'll place the heel of the angle setting jig on the stone, and now can you see how the flat component rests against the plane blade. I can use the micro setting adjustment to raise the support arm to give me a precise angle. Now this will help to ensure that I maintain a consistent angle for the entire grind. See how the angle setter can be used for chisels, for both flat and curved gouges, also for scrapers and a deep bowl gouge. So for honing, what we need to do is change the position of the support arm to the horizontal position. And if you think about this, the last thing we want is for this leather honing wheel travelling towards the blade. The blade will just tear it off. So for all honing, we need to have the travel of the honing wheel away from the blade. The same jigs can be used to hone the blade to the exact same angle of the ground angle from the stone. So simply transfer the support arm to the honing wheel and blacken the ground edge angle with a marker pen. Then adjust the support arm so that an even amount of marker is removed from the bevel by the honing wheel. So here you can see an example of where the angle is incorrect and the wheel is only polishing the heel of the bevel. Use the micro adjustment on the support arm to change the angle so that you can achieve a consistent result. Record Power offer a support arm extension kit. It's particularly handy because it covers the honing wheel and allows your support arm to stay put for your grinding. It just saves you from removing the support arm, turning it around every time you want to do your honing. This really is a handy accessory if you're using your machine frequently.